Hello, good evening. Sorry about that. My name is Faye, and I welcome you again this evening for another video. Just like I told you that I'm a nurse, and I promised that I'm going to continue elaborating and inspiring upcoming nurses or aspiring nurses, or giving more advice to already existing nurses. So today we are going to talk about, I'm going to tell you what we do if you're working as a nurse in a domiciliary care, and what you do if you're working in a care home or in a hospital. So I've actually done most of my care or my nursing in domiciliary care, and I really love working outside, in people's homes. But I also love working inside in a hospital. But most of the time I've done my work in people's homes. So today's topic is what actually happens in the morning if you're doing domiciliary care. Shifts actually start at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, depending on what a nurse wants. So you must be, if your shift starts at 7, you must be in office at 7 o'clock. If it starts at 8, you must be there by 8 o'clock. So it depends. Some companies, they have uniforms, and some other companies, they don't have uniforms. But if you have uniform, you go in and dress up and get ready, But I'm going to start like what actually you have to do when you get to the office. You must try to check first your bag, get your bag from your drawer, and then get your keys ready for the homes, and also get the car keys. Before you get the keys for the homes, you first get your list, because there's always a supervisor who is going to come earlier than anybody else to prepare the lists that we are going to do. So when you come, go pick your bag, pick your list, and then see how many clients you have, and then go pick your keys and pick the car keys, because we use cars. After that, you go and try to get a report if there's something that you don't understand. I'm trying to draw a picture, trying to get this content from different companies that I've worked with. Don't say that I'm specific here or I'm specific here. So after getting report or explanation of something that you don't understand, maybe there's a new client that you have never visited, and you want to know more about it, or there's something that you have to do, and you really don't have much knowledge about it, and you need some explanation or something like that. So you go and get it. Okay, afterwards, actually usually the morning shifts are very, very busy, and we during the morning shift, this is when we give medicine. We also handle hygiene, and we handle nutrition. So before you go, you have to check the thing that you need to take with. You must take, if there's medicine to be taken with, like we order medicine for the clients, and medicine comes every after 2 weeks. So you have to see if you have medicine to take, and you take it, so that you, when you get at a client's place, you are not like, Angas, where's the medicine? No. So you have to make sure that you have the medicine and you take it. And if you have any documentation to go with, you also take it. If you have pads to go with, anything, maybe food stuff or something like that. So things like that. After that, you leave. So we always have work phones that have clients' addresses and the time that you're supposed to be at the client's place. So you go, you divide, you plan accordingly, and sometimes the person dividing work will tell you that this client, maybe you have like 8 clients depending on what you're going to do, or 5 clients, you maybe have even 2 depending on what you're going to do there. Actually, before I continue, I'm going to tell you that this is our profession. We're supposed to be secretive, so certain things I'll not tell you. I'll try to cover them because it's part of our ethics. I'll just give you a general picture, but I'll not go deep inside. I forgot to tell you that. Okay, now you go to the first client. When you get to the client's place, always knock, because this is not your house. Respect the client's house. It's not your house. You have the keys, but you have to knock. So you go inside, and then what do you do when you get inside? It depends. When the client is sleeping, when they are awake, or something like that. Remember, this is not your house. You must respect them. So when they're sleeping, you try to wake them up nicely. If they are already in the sitting room or whatever, start your work. We always have medicine kept inside their room. Find where medicine is. Give them the medicine. If you have the medicine, put it in the medicine box and try to lock it also. We keep it medicine safe. Before you do anything else, think about the medicine. So, because medicine is very important. After you've given the medicine, think about hygiene. Has the client done already the morning wash, or has the client already is he dressed or something like that? After that, go to the nutrition, go to the kitchen, prepare see if has the client eaten or not. If the client prepares food for themselves, just remind them to eat. Ask them, have you eaten? And if not, if they have eaten, it depends. They are different clients, but you must make sure that they have eaten by either asking or encouraging them to eat, or prepare the food yourself. The food is always in the fridge. We don't cook so much. We use the microwave. So you get the food from like breakfast. You can get like porridge from the drawer, and then prepare porridge, and then get milk, and get and then juice, and then bread, and and put them on the table like that. So, and you also you have to check general hygiene and see if there is trash and all that kind of stuff, and you take it out if the client doesn't take it out by themselves. Remember to document everything. Documentation is very important, because if you don't, then the next shift, the nurses are coming in the other shift, they don't know what you have done, and we do document. We do document because we need to follow up the well-being of the clients. So as you work, put into consideration that you have time. You have time schedule. We normally have 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5, but normally 30 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So try to work in that schedule. Okay, and the routine goes on like that to all the clients. And when the morning shift ends, it normally ends around 11 or around 11 or 11:30. It can go up to midday, but not so much. So it always ends up at 11 or 11:30. So by 11:30 you are done with your morning shift. Then you go get your car wherever you parked it, and then you go back to office to have your break, to have your lunch break. You take your your food, you warm it, eat, use a few minutes, and then go back for day shift. Day shifts normally we handle nutrition and medicine. The shifts are not really very many like the morning shift. We have like 2-3. So you go give your if your client needs medicine, give the medicine. Remember, medicine is very important. You always have to check if the client has medicine, because if the client has medicine and you have not given, it's a big thing. You know, in our profession, it's a very big thing. Okay, so nutrition and medicine. So what happens with lunch? Lunch, you go to the fridge and check if the client has already eaten. You will see, or you ask them, depending. If they have not eaten, go to the fridge, get the food from the fridge. The food is always delivered. Those companies, they prepare already made food. They cook food and they pack it, so they put it in the fridge or in the freezer even. So we just get the food from the fridge, put it on a plate, and then warm it and then serve. So that is it. If the client doesn't eat, we normally have time for them. Doesn't eat well, does not like have appetite to eat. We assist them a little to eat. So you have to know if the client needs help, you help them a little, and then like that. So after that, you go back to office. So your shift ends around 2 o'clock. Not 2 o'clock, around 1 o'clock, 1:30 or something like that. So you go back to office because it ends around 2. So you go back to office because you need to do complete documentation. You go back to computer, and then you have to feed to make sure that everything is reported. So that's actually what happens. And after that, we gather for like 20-15 minutes, and then we get a report from all the nurses what happened. Because we change, we all take care of these clients. We have no, for us, when we are together, we have no secret. We share everything that has happened, so that we know how to follow up with if something has happened or anything special. So we share it, and then afterwards our shift has ended, and then the afternoon shift, the evening shift is coming in. So we also have to give the evening shift report of what happened, so that they know where to start from. Okay. That is the morning shift. So actually what happened with the morning shift? The morning shift will start around 4 o'clock. So by 4 o'clock you are already in the shift, you mean the field, as taking care of, giving personal care to the clients. The morning shift normally has few nurses, but and long lists, but less work to do. It's not as busy as morning shift. In the evening shift, we normally give light personal care, dinner and medicine, and sometimes we just check, and we also help them to go to bed, things like that, if they can't help themselves. So before you go, you collect your keys, you collect the keys for the clients' houses, you collect your list, you see if there's something that you also have to take with you, and then you leave. So normally you go and tell the just introduce yourself to the clients, I forgot to do that. You normally introduce yourself to your client. Who are you and what are you going to do with them? So you give them personal care, remember the medicine, give them the medicine, and that is it. So that's it when you're working domiciliary care, if you're doing domiciliary care. So your shift will end around 9 o'clock, and by 10 o'clock everything is closed, the office is closed, so you have to come do your work within that given time, and then come back to office before 10 o'clock, and then prepare to go home. In the evening there is no report. In the evening, at the end of the day, there is no report. Once your work is done and see that it's time, then you leave. So actually that's what happens when you're doing domiciliary care. So what happens in the morning when you're working in a care home? When you get to the care home, you normally you go and dress up. You come before time, go dress up, go sit in the staff room and wait for the report. So when it's around like 7 o'clock or 7:30, the report starts, and by 8 o'clock we have started doing. We actually in the care home we things are a little bit different, because we start everything at the same time. Like after the report, you get your list, you know how many clients that you're going to take care of and who you are going to work with. So you start with serving breakfast. So you go in the kitchen, get breakfast for the client that you're going to work with, and then when you get there, get their medicine. Their medicine is always in the drawer or in the dosage, in the case. We call it dosage, or in the case, medicine case. So you get it, and then you give the medicine, you give breakfast, and after that it depends. So you also give them hygiene. So once that is done, you go to another person, you do the same. Breakfast, hygiene, breakfast, medicine, breakfast, and hygiene. And some patients, they don't remain in the bed. Some patients go to the lounge. So you have to, after you've given them everything, medicine, breakfast, and you've done their hygiene, then you have to go, you take them to the lounge. And some clients, they have aids, like wheelchairs, like sticks, walking sticks. They have glasses. They have what do they call them? Those aids that help them to hear and those kind of stuff. So you've got to assist them with all those aids, and then you take them to the lounge. Those who are going to stay in the bed, you leave them in the bed. Okay, and you get your break around the same time, like around 11, something like that. And you after break, after you've gotten your break, then there's going to come lunch around midday. So midday, everybody's in the lounge, and then they bring food, and then you go serve your clients. So you also remember that some clients, they are still in bed, so you also have to take food to those clients that are in bed. Also remember that also during the day there is food and medicine. If a client has a medicine, you're also going to remember to give them their medicine and lunch. So after lunch, the clients are actually tired. Some of them will want to go for a rest, day rest. And some of them, they need personal care. In fact, most of them, you give them personal care, and then so those who want to go to rest, you take them to rest. So sorry for this. After that, you wait for some time. You do documentation on the computer, feed in all the information that you need to feed in, and then there is afternoon tea. So you prepare the tea or coffee, and then by 3, all the clients that are in bed, they are going to get out, and then they come for tea or they come for coffee. Also by then, the evening shift have come. So together you can give the tea or coffee, and then for your shift will end soon, and then you leave. So the evening shift will continue. They will give tea, and then they continue. After tea, they will start doing like taking clients out if it is a nice weather, like to walk them outside or engage them in activities, things like that. And later, around 5, they will give them dinner. So after dinner, the nurse that is working in the evening shift also remembers to give medicine. There's always medicine at the evening shift. So at 5, they'll check if they have medicine, they'll give them medicine, and they'll give them dinner, and after that they'll start personal care. They'll give personal care, and then assist to take them in bed and like that. So actually around 8:30, their shift is done. They start making reports and recordings, and that is it. So they'll close and they call it a shift. And then normally there's night shift in the care home. So the night staff will come. There are normally 2. They come, they take over. They will actually the night staff. This is what they do. They also check if a client has some medicine, and they will give it at that time. But they don't normally give medicine. They can give something light to drink around I'm actually bringing so many things at the same time. So, but they will give like something to drink to the clients, like juice or something like that if they want. If they don't want, they will let them sleep. So they will also change pads according to their program. I'm not going to give you a specific time because I'm bringing this from different workplaces. So I'm just going to tell you what a night nurse will do. They will also change pads and also let the clients rest. So they will also watch over the clients to make sure that the clients, they sleep well, and they're safe, and there's nothing. If the client needs help, they will attend to the alarm, and they will see what is the problem. They can, if the client needs to be taken to the bathroom, they will assist like that, and then they will take them back to bed to sleep. And then around 5 o'clock, they will go and give personal care with the to the client, and they will wake them up and you prepare them for the morning shift. So in a brief, that's what happens. If there's something that I have left out, please forgive me. But I've tried to give you a picture of what actually happens. If you have a question, and if also myself I realize that there's something that I forgot or I haven't talked about, I'll definitely continue and I'll talk about it. With that, I would like to thank you very much for listening to me and viewing my videos, and please I request you to like, comment and subscribe. Please subscribe on my channel and encourage me to continue making more content on this field in, of being a nurse or nursing. I'm going to bring a lot of things. I'm going to remind ourselves and also encourage those aspiring and upcoming nurses. So with that, I wish you the best. Take care and